Hey everyone, it's Mr. B. So we are going to be talking about email a little bit today. I know a lot of students, some students might be familiar with email, but a lot probably have never used email before. And we noticed that that could be hurting the communication that teachers and students are having. So we thought it'd be good to make a little video explaining email a bit better. The great thing is email is something that you're going to use for the rest of your life, most likely. So it's a good skill to develop and to understand. So the first thing is finding the email app on your iPad. So it's this little mail app right here, the one I'm shaking around. Looks like it has an envelope on it. Um, Pretty easy. Email. Looks like it's mailing something. But to get started, you're going to want to click on that. So click on the email app. It's going to pop up with this kind of weird looking thing right here. This is an email, and is your inbox. So your inbox is the list of all the emails that you've gotten, and the person whose name is big on top right up there, it says Dina Lindsay in these first three. That's who sent you the email. Okay, so your inbox is all of the people or all the emails that you've gotten from people, and the person's name up on top is who sent it to you. Okay, so let's say that I want to write a new email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up in the upper right hand corner up here. See how I'm kind of moving over that little symbol? That symbol, it looks like a square with a pencil writing in it. You're going to click on that, and so it says new message. Okay, so if we're making a new message, the to box, the one with the cursor flashing in it right now, that's where you write the name of the person you're going to want to write your email to. So let's say that you are writing an email to, who's a good person? Let's try Alexandria Waldemer. So, she's not popping up with the right email. I want to make a point about this. Let's try myself. So, J Bagnall, that's not the right one either. How about Dina Lindsay? Okay, so I'm just gonna write my own email in here. So normally you can just type the person's name in and it'll pop up just like this, and that's fine. But when you're talking to teachers, this is a point we want you to know. We want you to use a specific email address. Okay, so we want you to use the YCATS email address. Oops. So there's some that are wilderschools.org, like jbagnall at wilderschools.org. That email address is okay, but it's much better to use the YCATS email address because the teachers are checking that much more frequently, because that's the one to use that we're going to use with students. Okay. So the next column is this one that says CC and BCC. So CC stands for carbon copy. You don't really need to know that, but basically CC is if you want someone else to see the message too, but you're not sending it to them directly. So let's say I'm emailing myself. I'm emailing Jordan Bagnall, but I want Dina Lindsay to also get the message. So we're going to put Dina Lindsay in there. BCC means blind carbon copy. So that means anyone you put in here is going to get the message too, but no one else can see that they got the message. So it's like kind of a secret way for them to see the message. Now here we come down to the next box. This is subject. So this is where things, a lot of students can get confused about this. Subject is kind of where you write what the email is about. So a lot of students are writing their whole message in here. They'll say something like, Mr. B, I need help on something. They'll just write this. I need help. And then they'll send this message just like that. So that's not really the way you use email. In the subject, you write what you need help on. So let's say I need retakes. Let's say I need Edgenuity retakes. So that's what I would write in the subject. And then this big box down here with the cursor flashing in it right now, that's the main body of the email. So here's where you write your actual message. So you say, let's say, hey, Mr. B. I'm just using really bad grammar because I don't want to write really well right now. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. So another thing we need to talk about is it's important to be kind of to use professional language. So you know how in my class we talk about sometimes how your projects need to be professional. You can't have weird, funny pictures all over them. They need to look like you're actually trying to make it look really good. It's the same with an email. So instead of not having good spelling or not capitalizing anything, it's better to form it like an actual letter. So at the beginning you would write, "Hey Mr. Bagnall, I need some retakes on, let's say, the theory of evolution. And then it's always good to say thanks and then to write your name here. Okay, oops. Okay, so this is like a standard email message right here. You have your greeting up at the top here, main body of your message. You say thanks in your name. You have the subject has like what the email is about. You might CC someone, but you don't have to. So I'm actually going to take out Dean and Lindsay from here because we don't need to CC here. And then up here in the to box, that's where you can write anyone you want to write your email to. Now, when you're ready to send it, let's see if there's anything else I need to talk about. Yeah, that's probably fine. The biggest thing is the teachers really want you to know that the easiest way to contact them is by emailing right here their YCATS email, okay? Not their @WilderSchools email. Don't send them an instant message. Don't message them on Classcraft. Don't message them on Edgenuity. Send them an email to their YCATS email, this exact style of email address I have right here. I think each of you got a piece of paper with all of the teachers' YCATS emails on them. So you should have all the emails. If you don't have one, you can ask your advisor. They'll give it to you. But try to always send emails to the YCATS email address, okay? So if you're sending a message and you're ready to have it send, you're going to look up at here. It's hard for me to show you right now, but up in the corner right here, there's this blue circle with the white arrow in it. You just hit that, and it sends the email, okay? Now I have a new email from myself, Jordan Bagnall, Edgenuity Retakes, right here. So let's say you want to reply to an email. Let's say Mrs. Lindsay emails you and says, "Hey, I want you to check on something for me." So let's click on this email, pretend it's from Mrs. Lindsay, and you're ready to reply. So what you're going to do when you reply is you want to look down here in the bottom right-hand corner. See this kind of curly-looking arrow right here? So you click on that, and then all these options are going to pop up. And this might get a little confusing for you, okay? The easiest thing to do is to just hit reply. Oops. Reply, and it makes a new message, okay? Another thing you can do, you see this arrow that says forward right here. That arrow is if you want to send a copy of this email to someone else, so not back to the person who sent it to you, but to someone else, you can click forward, and you can copy the message and send it to someone else, okay? Archive means delete. See this little archive button? But the one we want to do right now, and the one you're going to use most of all, is reply. Ooh, except for sometimes it might say reply all. That means if there's a bunch of people on the email list, let's say that I emailed 3 people, if you hit reply all, you send an email back to everyone on the list, okay? But right now we're just going to reply, so click reply, and then it's going to make a new message for you, okay? So we can leave the to box and the subject the same, but then we can just reply. So let's pretend this is me responding to the student. All right, hey student. Just got that done for you. And it's always good to be professional. Say thanks. And then Mr. B. Okay, and when you're ready to send, it's the same thing. Blue circle with the white arrow up in the top right up here, so click it. And then it's sent. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. Remember to fill out your subject lines correctly, to make sure you have good grammar. Remember to always email the YCATS email for teachers, okay? And that's the easiest way to communicate with teachers, is to email their YCATS email. So let us know if you have any more questions, but that about covers it.